Have you ever walked into your kitchen, made yourself a warm cup of tea, and still felt tired, uneasy, or just not quite yourself? You're eating right. You're doing your best to stay healthy, but something invisible might be quietly affecting you every single day. Right there, in the very heart of your home. In today's video, we're going to uncover 5 common kitchen items that could be silently harming your health, especially if you're over 65. And trust me, item number 5 is something almost every home has. You won't want to miss it. But before we dive in, if you find value in videos like this that protect your health, offer peace of mind, and help you live a stronger, wiser life, please take just a second to click like and subscribe to our channel. It means so much to us and helps us continue creating helpful content for people like you. All right, let's step into your kitchen and uncover what's quietly working against your well-being. Let's begin with something that almost every kitchen has: the microwave oven. For decades now, microwaves have been praised for their speed and convenience. They help us reheat meals in seconds, cook vegetables in minutes, and warm up leftovers without lighting a stove. It feels like a modern miracle. But behind that convenience, there may be a quiet danger. Microwave ovens work by using electromagnetic energy to heat food. They release waves that cause water molecules inside the food to vibrate rapidly. That vibration creates heat. It's fast, efficient, and invisible. But that same energy, if it leaks out or is used improperly, can pose subtle health risks, especially to seniors. Now here's what many people don't know. Over time, the seal on your microwave door, the soft rubber that keeps radiation from leaking, can wear out. It can crack, loosen, or simply stop sealing as tightly. And when that happens, small amounts of microwave energy can escape into the air each time the oven is used. You won't hear it, you won't see it, but your body might feel it. Some seniors report feeling dizziness, headaches, or even heart palpitations when standing too close to an old microwave. Others mention blurry vision, fatigue, or trouble sleeping, without realizing it might be related to this daily exposure. These are not coincidences. They are subtle warnings from your body. And remember, as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to environmental stressors. What might not bother a 25-year-old could significantly affect someone in their 70s or 80s. So what can you do? First, inspect your microwave. Look carefully at the door seal. Is it cracked? Is it loose? Does the door close unevenly? If so, it may be time to replace the unit. Second, stand back while using it. Most experts recommend standing at least 3 to 5 feet away when your microwave is on. You can even make it a small habit. Press the button, step away, and return when it's done. It's a simple action, but it protects your heart, your eyes, and your energy. Third, consider reducing how often you use it. Warming food on the stove may take a few extra minutes, but it gives you more control and less exposure. And if you have grandchildren visiting, this becomes even more important. Children's bodies are far more sensitive to radiation than adults. Finally, don't forget the age of the appliance. If your microwave is over 10 years old, it might not meet today's safety standards. Newer models are often better shielded and more efficient. This isn't about creating fear, it's about awareness. Your kitchen should be a safe space, and by making small adjustments, you can protect yourself and those you love without giving up the things that make life easier. So next time you hear that familiar humming sound of your microwave, pause. Step back. And remember, you're taking one more step toward a healthier, wiser life. Now let's talk about something that may surprise you. The modern refrigerator. More specifically, the Wi-Fi connected smart fridge. It's sleek. It's high-tech. It tells you when the milk is low. Some even have touch screens, cameras inside, or can be controlled with your phone. Sounds convenient, doesn't it? But here's what many people don't realize. These smart refrigerators are connected to Wi-Fi 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are constantly sending and receiving signals, even when you're sleeping, even when you're not using them at all. Now I know what you might be thinking. It's just a fridge. How could it possibly affect my health? Well, the truth is this. Wi-Fi connected appliances release low levels of electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. And while the science around EMFs is still developing, many studies suggest that long-term close-range exposure may contribute to things like sleep disturbances, fatigue, anxiety, and even heart rhythm changes. This is especially true for seniors. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to our environments. Our nervous systems are less adaptive, our sleep cycles are more delicate, and our hearts are more responsive to stressors, even invisible ones. Now imagine this. You live in a small apartment. Your refrigerator is just a few feet away from your favorite chair. Maybe it is close to your dining table. Maybe it is even near your bedroom wall. That smart fridge may be pulsing out signals all day and all night, and you might be sitting just inches from it for hours at a time. You may not feel anything at first, but over time, those small exposures can add up. Some people report waking up feeling more tired than when they went to bed. Others feel jittery in the evening and do not know why. A few feel heart flutters or discomfort when sitting near certain appliances without understanding the cause, and often, it is the quietest sources that are the most easily overlooked. So what can you do if you have a smart fridge? First, check your user settings. Most smart fridges allow you to turn off the Wi-Fi when it is not needed. There may be a small button on the control panel or a setting in the app if you have one. If you do not use the Wi-Fi features regularly, consider turning them off completely. Your fridge will still keep your food cold. It will still work just fine. Second, look at the placement. If your fridge backs up to a bedroom wall or is positioned close to where you sit and relax each day, consider adding a bit of distance. Even moving your chair a few feet farther away can help. You may not feel an instant change, but your body will thank you over time. Third, avoid spending too much time directly in front of it. Many people stand in front of the fridge thinking, "What should I eat? What sounds good?" And they linger there without realizing how long they've been standing next to that signal source. It's a small habit worth adjusting. And finally, if you are shopping for a new refrigerator, you might consider getting a model that does not have smart features. Simple sometimes means safer. You don't have to keep up with every new technology, especially if it doesn't serve your well-being. Technology can be a wonderful thing. But it's important to remember that your health comes first. Just because something is new and smart does not mean it is always better for your body. By staying aware, by asking questions, and by making small changes, you can take back control of your space, even from the quiet signals that surround us every day. So the next time you open your fridge, don't just think about what's for dinner. Also, take a moment to think about what your fridge might be doing when the door is closed. Now, let's move on to something many modern kitchens are turning to: the induction cooker. If you've used one, you already know how fast and efficient it is. No open flames, no glowing red coils, just a flat glass surface that heats up your pot almost instantly. It seems safer, cleaner, and more energy efficient than the old stovetops. But here's what you might not know. Induction cookers work using something called electromagnetic induction. When you place a pan on the surface, the cooker creates a strong magnetic field that causes the metal in the pan to heat up. Not the glass surface itself, just the metal pot or pan you're using. That means the heat is generated inside the cookware, which sounds like a marvel of modern design. And in many ways, it is. But those powerful magnetic fields don't just stop at the pot. They also spread a small distance around the stove, and when you're standing right next to it. Especially for long periods while cooking, your body is absorbing some of that energy. Now, most people do not feel anything, but for seniors, especially those with certain medical conditions, that electromagnetic field may not be entirely harmless. For example, if you have a pacemaker or another implanted medical device, the field from an induction cooker can sometimes interfere with its normal function. There have even been cases where pacemakers began to misread signals when the person stood too close to an active induction cooktop. Even if you don't have a medical device, you might still experience subtle effects. Some people report tingling sensations in the hands while stirring a pot. Others feel a strange sense of restlessness or warmth in the chest. Even slight headaches or dizziness after standing at the stove for too long. Again, these things may not happen to everyone, but the possibility is real enough to take seriously. So what can you do? First, check the distance. Experts recommend keeping at least 1 to 2 feet away from an active induction cooktop whenever possible. That means avoiding leaning directly over the stove for long periods. It also means using longer utensils so your hands don't have to hover too close to the field. Second, take breaks while cooking, instead of standing in front of the stove from start to finish. Try preparing your ingredients beforehand and only returning when needed. That way, your exposure time is reduced naturally. Third, if you do have a pacemaker or other device, talk to your doctor about the use of induction cookers. You may even want to contact the manufacturer of your appliance to understand the field strength and any safety recommendations. And if you're shopping for a new stove, it is perfectly okay to choose a more traditional option. Electric or gas ranges may take a bit longer, but they don't produce the same kind of magnetic field. Remember, convenience is never more important than your health. Newer doesn't always mean better, especially if it comes with silent side effects. Your kitchen should be a place of warmth, not invisible stress. So the next time you place a pot on the induction stove, give yourself a little more space, a little more protection, and the peace of mind that comes with being in control. Let's take a moment to look beyond the big appliances. Sometimes it is not the refrigerator or the stove that causes the most concern. Sometimes it is the smaller things, the ones that sit quietly on your countertop, blending into the background. I'm talking about wireless devices in the kitchen. These days, many of us have added new technology into our cooking space. Bluetooth speakers, smart assistants like Alexa or Google, Nest, wireless, baby monitors, even tiny Wi-Fi security cameras tucked in a corner. They are helpful. They are clever. They play music, answer questions, tell us the weather, and help us feel more connected. But these small devices constantly send and receive signals, just like a cell phone or a router. They emit low levels of radio frequency energy, not just when they are active, but even when they are sitting silently on the shelf. Now, for younger people, these signals may not make much difference, but for seniors whose nervous systems are more sensitive, whose sleep is more fragile, and whose hearts may already be under strain, even low levels of exposure can have an effect. You may notice you are more restless at night, that your thoughts feel scattered during the day, or that you feel strangely tense or unsettled after spending time in the kitchen. Of course, it's easy to blame stress, or age, or too much coffee, but in some cases, it might be the steady hum of invisible signals around you, especially when multiple wireless devices are present. A speaker in the corner, a smart display on the counter, a camera near the window, each one adding just a little more to the background environment. So what can you do? First, take inventory of your kitchen. How many wireless or smart devices are there? Do you use them daily? or have some of them become part of the furniture. If there are items you no longer need or use, consider unplugging them or turning off their wireless functions. Second, create boundaries for your space. For example, you might decide to turn off your smart speaker at night or to move it farther from where you eat or sit. Third, be mindful of where you spend your time. If you have a favorite chair or breakfast nook near a cluster of these devices, you might be exposing yourself to more wireless energy than you realize. Try shifting your seating just a few feet away. Sometimes that is all it takes to reduce the load on your body. And finally, remember that you are in control of your home environment. Technology should serve you, not surround you, not quietly disturb your rest or chip away at your peace of mind. There is nothing wrong with using a helpful device, but moderation and awareness go a long way, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, where every little choice can add up to a healthier, calmer day. So the next time you ask Alexa to play a song or check the camera feed from your kitchen, also ask yourself, do I really need this device on all day, every day? Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to simply turn something off. We've talked about microwaves, smart fridges, induction cookers, and wireless speakers. Now it's time to reveal item number 5, the one that surprises almost everyone because it seems so innocent, so ordinary, and yet it might be affecting your health more than you realize. It's the cordless phone base. Yes, that simple base station that holds your wireless home phone, the one sitting quietly on your desk or kitchen counter, the one that keeps your phone charged and ready at all times. You probably don't think twice about it. But here's the hidden truth. Most cordless phone bases emit radio frequency signals continuously. That means even when you're not on a call, even when no one is using the phone, the base is still transmitting, sending out signals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right there in your living space. And here's why this matters. Because these signals are stronger than many people realize. In fact, the radio frequency emitted by some cordless phone bases can be stronger than what you get from a cell phone. And unlike a cell phone, which you can turn off, this base keeps going day and night. Now imagine this. Many people keep the base station in the kitchen on the counter, near the coffee machine, or next to the dining table. Some even keep it in the bedroom, right beside the bed, because it's convenient to grab during the night. But here is what happens. If you sit or sleep near that phone base for hours, your body is exposed to constant low-level radiation, and over time that exposure can add up, especially for seniors. Some people report trouble sleeping, increased heart rate, tension in the chest, or brain fog that seems to come and go. Often, they never suspect the phone base because it feels so normal, so quiet, so familiar. But sometimes the most harmful things are the ones we stop noticing. So what can you do? First, check where your cordless phone base is located. Is it near where you sit for long periods? Is it close to where you sleep? If so, consider moving it to a different room, somewhere less central, somewhere you don't spend as much time. Second, unplug the base at night if you don't need the phone during sleeping hours. Even just those few hours of silence can make a difference in how your body rests. Third, if you're shopping for a new phone, look for models that have an eco mode or a low-emission setting. Some newer cordless phones only transmit signals when you're actually making a call, instead of broadcasting all day long. And finally, ask yourself if you really need a cordless phone at all. For some people, going back to a traditional corded landline might feel like a step backward, but it is often a safer choice, especially if you spend a lot of time at home and value peace of mind. The cordless phone base is so common, so overlooked, but that's exactly why it deserves your attention. You don't need to be afraid of it. You just need to understand how it works and how to protect yourself from unnecessary exposure. It's one small change, but it could lead to better sleep, a calmer heart, and a clearer mind. And at this stage in life, that kind of peace is worth everything. You've made it to the end. And I want to take a moment to say thank you for caring enough about your health, to stay informed, to stay curious, and to take steps that truly matter. We've just uncovered 5 ordinary items in your kitchen that may be doing more harm than good. The microwave oven, the Wi-Fi connected smart fridge, the induction cooker, the wireless devices sitting quietly nearby, and the everyday cordless phone base. None of these things are evil. They're not enemies. They're simply tools, but tools need to be used with wisdom and with awareness. As we get older, our health becomes more precious, more delicate, and also more worth protecting. You don't have to throw anything away. You don't need to fear your kitchen. But you do deserve to understand what's happening around you, even the quiet things, even the invisible ones. Because every small change you make, every tiny habit you adjust, adds up to more restful nights, more peaceful days, and more years lived with strength and clarity. So today, I invite you to take one small step. Move that phone base a little farther from your bed. Step away from the microwave while it runs. Unplug a wireless device you don't really use. It might seem like a tiny act, but your body will feel it. And in time, you will too. And if this video helped you, if it gave you something to think about, or reminded you that your well-being still matters, please consider clicking like and subscribing to this channel. Here we believe in aging with wisdom, in protecting what matters most, and in sharing what we've learned, so others can live better too. Until next time, take care of your body, take care of your space, and above all, take care of yourself.